What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm super excited because we are going to tear into the Trans Am. Now, a lot of you guys have been talking about a cam swap, and so my wife for Christmas, she is a great wife, bought me a cam. And so I am going to be putting that in. The downside is I'm not going to be showing you guys the normal method where the engine stays in the car. I'm actually going to pull the engine out of the car to do this. And one of the main reasons is because I have a massive oil leak. The rear main seal, I believe, is leaking. The pan gasket is leaking. And we're going to address all of those issues while I'm doing this. So I'm going to pull the transmission out. I'm going to pull the exhaust off. I'm going to pull the engine out of the top, just because on a 4-post lift, it's kind of hard to drop the cradle and everything. And frankly, I don't want to do it on the ground. So today we're going to start the disassembly process. We're going to take all the exhaust off, a lot of the stuff on the bottom side of the car. Of course, we're going to unhook the battery first, but this will be a multi-part episode. So we're going to probably have several videos outlining what I'm going to be doing. But today we're going to try some disassembly, and then we'll move on from there. But I have a ton of things planned for this. I would like to go mid-11s this year. Last year I went 12.92, and I'm just not happy with that time. Want it to be a little bit faster, and I want to do a turbo kit down the road, but I'm just not ready to do that yet. But let's get started on disassembly. Now, the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be unhooking the battery. Obviously, when you're messing with any electronics, when we're taking anything out of the engine bay, we need to disconnect the battery. So I'm going to disconnect both the positive and negative side, and then we'll get it up off the ground and start with the exhaust. Once we get it back up off the ground, we're going to start with the intermediate pipe to the end of the Y pipe. Perfect. Now, in order to get the exhaust to slide back out of the Y pipe, I'm going to take this. There's a 13mm here and a couple here on the other side on the hangers, so I can slide this exhaust back in order to get out, basically get the exhaust out of the Y pipe. Now, as you can see, the exhaust is loose now, but one thing, guys, if you're doing a project like this, obviously I'm going to be taking a bunch of stuff apart. I've got a Sharpie. We're going to label and bag everything that we take off. That way we're not hunting around for stuff that's just laying in a pile. So obviously I'm going to tag this one exhaust hangers, but this is a good option. If you're going to be taking a car apart like this or doing any kind of project like this, tag and bag all your stuff. That way it's not just laying around on the floor. Once we got that loose in the back, we're going to move on up to the other clamps on the Y pipe on this side and this other side. I'm hoping if I just remove these, I'll be able to pull the headers all out at one time. So let's get these knocked out. Well, I was able to get one piece off. I'm going to go ahead and wait to take this off because I'm going to have to cut back here in the back. I'm going to cut it right here above the axle. I'm not going to be reusing this, and that's one of the things that you're going to see going forward as I get closer to the end. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and move on to taking the oxygen sensors out. And obviously we had to do some extensions, and then I might go ahead and drain the oil out of it while I'm down here, and then we may set it down and go ahead and take the headers out of the way. I might be able to sneak the headers out. I know I'll be able to get this one off, obviously, but I might be able to get enough movement to get this Y pipe the rest of the way off, so I may not have to cut that. But let's go to the oxygen sensors next. While I'm under here, I'm going to go ahead and take the two 13mm out of the starter. Obviously, we unhook the battery first, but make sure your battery's unhooked, obviously, before you do this. starter down, you're gonna have two things to take loose. You're gonna have the trigger wire, which is an 8mm, and then the actual power wire to the starter, which is a 13, the same that you use to take the two bolts out. Once I get the starter out, I'm gonna go ahead and take the 11mm out that hold the drive shaft in. Like I said, I'm gonna be pulling the transmission as well. I have to fix the rear main seal. So I'm gonna actually pull it from the bottom side and then the motor out of the top side. But let's get these 11mm out. There's 4 of them. And you should be able to do it with the car in park. It's in park now. You should be able to reach this, especially with the exhaust down. Once we get those bolts out, we should be able to just push this thing forward and pull it out of the way. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the 15mm out of the torque arm mount. I'm not going to take the transmission down just quite yet as far as the mount itself. I just don't want it hanging that long. I don't know that I'm going to get to that today. But I'm gonna go ahead and take these. They're 15mm, there's 3 of them. Now this top one, you won't be able to get out completely until the transmission is down, but we can go ahead and take the bottom ones out and loosen them all up. Now while I'm down here, I'm gonna go ahead and drain the oil out of it. You know, you don't have to do this, but it just makes the engine a little lighter when you're pulling it out. So let's go ahead and drop the oil out of the tank. And I'm probably gonna be finished on the bottom side for now. Might go up to the top and take a few pieces off. Now while that oil finishes draining, I'm gonna go ahead and take the 11mm out of the drive shaft, or the steering shaft, because that has to come out of the way in order to get the headers out. So while that's draining, let's go ahead and take the 11mm out, and then we're gonna drop it down. Obviously I'm gonna put the plug back in the oil pan, but we're gonna drop it down and possibly take out the headers next. Once we get that 11mm out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and take off a couple other things while I'm down here. This shield, which looks like it may be a pain, we're gonna take it off. Well, you end up using a pair of pliers, but I'm gonna take this shield off, and I'm probably gonna take the sway bar off while I'm down here, since you know, I'm gonna clean up a lot of things while I'm doing this. So it's not just gonna be one of those projects where I just do it and don't clean anything. I get a lot of people talking about how dirty it is under here, and this was in a dusty environment. So we're gonna clean all this stuff while we're taking it apart and putting it back together. So let's get this splash apron out of the way, and then, like I said, I'm gonna take the sway bar off.
Perfect, 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 perfect.
Now we managed to get all of the bracketry off for the sway bar, but there's this plate here, and there's 2 10mm bolts on the inside of the frame rail up there that we're gonna have to take loose and take this plate out before we can get the last bolt out, or the last nut off, in order to get this out of the way. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the belt off too while I'm down here, since I'm able to reach it. Just a 15 millimeter on your idler pulley, and get the belt out of the way. And then of course the air conditioner one as well, down here at the bottom. I'm also gonna go ahead and take the alternator off, which is just, there's 15 millimeters. I'm gonna take it and the bracket off, but there's 15 millimeters all the way around, and then there's 110 that sneaks in from the back side. It's actually a 13 that comes in from the back side, but we're gonna go ahead and get these other three 15 millimeters off. Now on the back side of the alternator, there's a plug, a power plug, obviously, and then there is a power wire that comes in. So we're going to unhook that, just a flat blade screwdriver on the back side here to get that loose, and then we'll take the power wire loose next. Power wire is just a 13 millimeter, just like your starter was. Most of the power connections are all the same here. Now once the alternator's out of the way, you can see the plug that I was talking about that plugs into the top side of the alternator. Of course, we have the power wire. I'm just gonna kind of route it out of the way for now, but there is a ground, a 10 millimeter ground here on the block. We're gonna go ahead and take that out. And once we get that out, I'm just gonna thread that bolt back into the block. And the other end of this was to the oxygen sensor that we had the extension plugged into. So anyway, get this 10 millimeter out and then thread that back into the block. Now I keep telling you guys that I'm gonna lower it down, but I keep finding things that I wanna disconnect while I'm down here. And this is we're just going all over the place. To me, it's kind of fun. So next we're gonna go ahead and unhook like the fans and all the clips here that hold the fan wiring in place. Just go ahead and get it out of the way while I'm down here. Obviously, there's a lot more things that I could take off while I'm under here, but I'm getting kind of tired of working over my head. So the last thing I'm going to do is, if you guys saw my header install video, I use these just to kind of keep things in place so the headers didn't just fall out of the car. So I'm going to do that again here, and I'm going to set it down, and we're going to take some stuff off up top. Now, one of the very first things I'm going to do that I got it down on the ground is I'm going to go ahead and take that 11 millimeter out that goes to the steering shaft. Obviously, we got to get that out of the way in order to get that header out, but that's the first thing I'm going to do up top. The next thing I'm going to do is take off the plug wires all on this side, followed by the coil packs. Same thing on the other side. Now I will say, referring back to the header install video, it is easier to take the rear two plug wires off on this side as you're taking the coil pack off. So I'm going to go ahead and take the two plug wires off on the front side. Might be able to get to the third one, but the very back one, we're going to take the 10 millimeter bracket or 10 millimeter bolts out of the bracket, and then while I'm pulling it off, pull the plug wire off. Next, we're going to take the dipstick tube out, and it's just a 15 millimeter here, right above the header flange. Now that we got the dipstick tube out of the way, we're going to move on to the header bolts. Just 10 millimeter bolts, or 6 of them on each side. I'm going to go ahead and pull those out, and then I might raise it back up and go ahead and thread the headers out. I do have to take that steering shaft out. Both the bolts are out, but I can go ahead and take it out of the way as well. But take these 10 millimeters out on both sides, and then, like I said, we'll probably lift it back up and go ahead and thread the headers out.
Perfect, 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 perfect.
We got it back up in the air now, so we should be able to go ahead and remove the headers. I know for sure we can get this one out. We're going to try to get the driver's side out as well. I am going to go ahead and unplug the AC line here, and that routes up through the top. It's part of the wiring harness that we're going to need to get out of the way, so I'm just going to use a flat blade screwdriver to pop that loose. I'm going to set it back down. We might remove some of the harness, but we're about to tie it up for today. Now, I think one of the last things I'm going to do for today is I'm going to unplug all the harness on the front side of the motor and take the lid and the base plate off here, the cover for the radiator shroud. So all you're going to need for that is, like I said, a flat blade screwdriver. Sometimes you don't even need that. You can unplug some of them without it, but 2 10 millimeters on either side of this will get this out of the way. And of course, you're going to need a flat blade screwdriver in order to get the lid and this piece here, the rubber piece here, off. And I think, like I said, that'll probably be one of the last things I do today. Well, guys, I think I'm finished for today. You're starting to see a little bit more of the motor. Obviously, we got the headers out, a lot of the stuff off the top, several things off the bottom, but it's cold. As you can see, I had to change hats. It's just freezing outside, and well, I'm tired. So hopefully you like this video, guys. If you do, please smash that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe, because we are obviously just getting started on this, and we've got several other things planned. So, well, stay tuned to see what we do on this thing next.